Shut up and sit down.
We are back inside Wisconsin with former Packer offensive lineman TJ Lang. All right, TJ, it's segment 3. It's rapid fire. Here's a quick few questions for me, and then you get pummeled by JA. People are used to it by now. One of my favorite Lambeau moments is when you and Josh Sitton pulled beers randomly out of your coats when you were welcome back to Lambeau, and you shotgun beer on Lambeau Field. Tell us the behind-the-scenes story on that, because that was totally planned.
Yeah, so it was definitely planned. We failed to mention it to like the supervisors who had us on the field, but we said, you know what, man, like Josh and I played together for a long time, and we felt like we still had the respect of Packers fans. We didn't want to just walk out there and give the old man wave and like, thanks for having us back. We're like, dude, we got to go big, man. We got to do something out there. And I don't think anybody's ever chugged a beer on Lambeau Field before a football game before. So we wanted to be the first to do it, and we snuck the beers in, and we took, we kind of had it choreographed. We walked out, we kind of waved, we looked at each other, we gave a little fist bump or whatever it was, and then boom. And the funny part was I was looking at the big screen kind of out of the corner of my eye, and they had the big screen on us, and as soon as we pulled the beers out and cracked them, the big screen just panned to the audience. They want people seeing, but being in that end zone that we walked out of the tunnel, I mean, the roars and the cheers were just absolutely incredible. We had goosebumps. It was so funny. And we got, I don't want to say in trouble, but as soon as we got off the field, it was like, where'd you get those from? Who gave you those beers? And we're like, I don't know, somebody in the tunnel, right? But that was incredible, man. And that was so cool coming back as a former player and still being receptive like that, even after playing in Detroit for a couple of years, still coming back with my best buddy Josh and getting a chance to do that, man. That was, I still get goosebumps talking about it.
All right, here's one more.
I had to ask you where you got a beer. I'm in Wisconsin. What do you think?
I mean, out of my pocket. What do you think? Right. And right before that, they had us. They had us walking around. They had us walking around the parking lots. We were doing like tailgating with the fans, so we'd kind of come up and surprise the fans in here and there. Yeah, you take, and by the time we got in there, we probably had a 0.15, 0.18 blood alcohol level. So we were kind of feeling pretty good, invincible at the time, but it was incredible, man. It was, and the fans loved it too. And the video of it was just absolutely incredible.
So you guys earlier were talking about how awesome Tom Brady is, blah, 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 blah. He's a villain. Tom Brady's a villain. And there's also another name that is a true villain from the TJ Lang era of Packers football, and it is Ndamukong Suh.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that. Man, you reflect back on the times when you played him, right? Obviously, he was actually rivals with Josh Sitton for a while because Josh was right guard, I was left guard, so I never had to go near Sue, thank God. But 2013 season, they switched Josh and I because they wanted Brian Bulaga to move to left tackle. And they said it'll make it easier for him to move Josh with them because they've just got the chemistry. It'll make it easy. So I was playing right guard, and obviously I'm like, okay, now I got to go against Sue. All right, deep breath. Okay, let's try to figure this guy out. But you always knew it was going to be a battle. You did. And it was just such an intense kind of individual rivalry in between, just the two teams kind of going at each other. And obviously that was amplified by him stepping on Evan Dietrich Smith. And then, the last game of the season, was it 14? I think it was 14 again, where, he stepped on Aaron Rodgers' calf. And that just kind of – it's just kind of one of those old school one-on-one rivalries, right? And I don't know if I saw the guy today, if we'd necessarily hate each other. I mean, I don't have any hatred towards him outside of the game. But playing a guy like that, you're like, okay, let's strap it on, boys. Like, tighten those helmets up, put the mouth guard in. It's going to be a tough one today. And I always felt like a tough guy, a big dude. But even I used to kind of tell my center, whoever it was that year, like, you got my back, you got my back. I need to count on you. I don't want this guy punching me in the face or something. You better get my back, And it was just kind of one of those rivalries. You never knew what he was going to do. He was a guy, I could say this. I mean, I respect the hell out of his game. He's still playing at a high level. Obviously won a Super Bowl last year with Tampa. I respect his game, just the work that he puts into it, the type of player he is. I mean, he knows he's the villain. He loves that role. And it was a lot of fun going against him, but at the same time, it was very, very stressful. I will say
He
that.
sucked.
But
He sucked.
he was a very good player. And I'm not going to tell you, when we had pretty good success against him. We had 2-jet or 3-jet. 2-jet means, the center slides left, 3-jet, the center slides right. We had a Sue-jet. So wherever Sue would line up, that was the jet. That's the way that the center is going to slide. So he was double teamed probably 70%, 80% of the time that we played him. So I can't take the full credit for, shutting him down every single game, but he definitely had his moments. He definitely got me a couple times, but he's just one of those generational players, especially when he was in Detroit, that probably 11 through 14 season. I mean, he was one of the best in the league. Yeah.
All right, here we go. We're going to make these quick. These don't have to be long. I just want answers. First off, your wife's Laura Ford. Are you married to the Ford fortune?
No, unfortunately, I'm not. I found the one girl in Detroit with last name Ford who's not related to Henry Ford.
Okay, all right. That's fine. That takes out question 2. Can I have a loan? So we talked kind of about guys you handled. Give me a guy that people maybe not know, but just gave you fits.
Oh, Fairley from Detroit, Nick Fairley. He was a defensive tackle there for a few years, ended up having some health issues, but he would have been, I think when he was healthy, he was probably a top 3 defensive tackle in the league.
All right, you touched on this because you said you spent time there. Northern Michigan, I don't know what to think of it. I don't know if it should be, you should keep it, if we should make it a state, if Wisconsin should try to annex it. Give me your thoughts on Northern Michigan.
Yeah, it's Northern Michigan. It's going to stay Northern Michigan. You could take maybe the northwest side of the UP, but everything across there, Marquette, I'd say across, yeah, that's got to stay Michigan.
All right, you want that. Pistons, we're getting rid of the Lions because of your profession. Pistons, Wings, or Tigers?
Wings.
Wings, every time. All right, and now this is really quick because you mentioned a bunch of these guys: Sitton, Wells, College, Clifton, Balaga, all these guys. Saturday, give me in your offensive line group over the years. Who do I want to go have a beer with? You can include yourself, by the way.
Oh yeah, if I kill myself, it's me. But okay. A close second, I'd say is Josh Sitton. He's a good time.
Okay, if I get in a fight, who do I want?
Me, yeah, or Breno Giacomini. He played there for a couple years too. He's a guy you definitely want to have your back as well.
Yeah. All right, when we're on the road, who do I want to let pick the restaurant?
Probably Corey Lindsley. He's just like a kind of stuffy, kind of stuck up, palate-y type guy. Yeah, it's probably him.
Okay. Who's the funniest?
Dry humor, probably Brian Balaga. Everyday kind of normal person kind of humor, I'd say Bakhtiari, probably a tie between Bakhtiari and Sitton, I'd say.
Who do I want to have? Who do I go to for algebra help?
Corey Lindsley. Yeah, Brainiac.
Nice. Finally, which one of you guys do I want to coach my son's Little League team?
Me.
You're the guy?
Yeah. Great. I won the championship last year. I coached my son's team, John. We won the championship last year, and actually last night, proud dad moment. Excuse me. My son hit a walk-off in the bottom of the 6th to win the game. So we were on to the semifinals, baby.
That is fantastic. The last one I have comes straight from your Twitter. Why can't I just reheat pizza in a microwave?
You can if you want the lazy way out. But if you want a nice, solid, reheated piece of pizza, and actually, you know what? I've heard some other recommendations as well. I hear a cast iron skillet's also a way to go as well.
Teej, man, it's been great catching up with you. I was going to mention the walk-off from JJ last night in the baseball game. I saw it on Facebook. I was going to say, what's better, a Super Bowl victory or watching your son hit a walk-off home run in Little League? It was pretty awesome to see that, man. It was great catching up with you. You were gracious with your time. It was just great to have you, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Trev, it's been a long time. We were good friends. I was there, man. It's always good catching up with you. And John, like we said earlier, pleasure to talk with you as well, man. I've been a big fan of yours for a long time as well.
Thanks very much. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it, guys.
Shut up and sit down.